Well, boys and girls, we got another edition of Red Arrow for you this week. This time it's from the Commonwealth of Virginia, a place I like to call home, and we have a lot to thank Virginia for. One of the greatest generals ever, Robert E. Lee. Dave Matthews, treading, trotting trail for a long, long time. You can also thank Virginia for tobacco. Thanks, Virginia. Named after the Virgin Queen, Virginia adopted the slogan, Virginia is for lovers, which is pretty ironic. Virginia is known as the birthplace of a nation, and it just so happens to be the greatest nation that's ever been on the planet Earth. Some people might call me a xenophobe for saying that. I just call myself a person who speaks absolute truth. And if you don't like it, move to Iran or North Korea. Which kind of makes me think we ought to change our dumb motto from Virginia's for lovers to freedom. You're welcome, world. It's also a place that a lot of people from New York and New Jersey like to move to when they retire, which is creating quite a problem because a lot of them are Democrats. Just so you know the residents' stance on that, we wish you would get the hell out.
Well, I'm mean as gravel, I'm poor as dirt, and I like things better the way they were. Well, I'm strong in the head, but I get things done. I spend too much money to have a little fun. Come on. I ain't changing, I'm a stubborn man. So can you love me like I am? Can you love me, baby, like I am? Yeah.
Man, it's good to be back in Virginia. We're going to kick the Virginia show off exactly where you think we're going to kick it off, in Minnesota. So why on the Virginia show, you might ask yourself, are we in Minnesota currently? Well, it's because Lucas Mustad lives in Minnesota, and he is one of the main producers for Red Arrow TV. He makes the magic happen every week on Outdoor Channel. You know, it'd be better than that. Let's introduce him like a UFC fighter. In the red corner, fighting out of Elgin, Minnesota, standing 6'7" tall, weighing in at 215 pounds with a 6.5-foot reach, Lucas Mustad. We're all pretty sure Lucas is the illegitimate son of the star of Home Alone, Marv, the tall burglar. I can't really confirm that, but I mean, look at him.
All right, guys, well, we just got settled in. We are back in my favorite spot. We finally got a good cold front to come through. The high today was 51 degrees, so it's so money it ain't even funny. This could be the first night where they break their October lull movements, being nocturnal, and we're fixing to be in here when they want to change that. So I got my main man Jameson Brinkman behind the camera. It should be awesome. So hopefully we can get it done tonight, and I can get back behind the camera doing what I love to do. So let's get after it, buddy. Jameson's got his bow too, so you never know. I got 4 arrows. He's got 4 too. Might just fling them all. What the heck, why not? You know, should be a good night, man. I'm pumped.
Now this spot Lucas is hunting, he's got a bunch of Spartan trail camera pictures of a really good deer. Not only that, he's got a history with this stand. He killed a 187-inch deer out of this tree stand. And for all you guys that don't whitetail hunt, that's like a lifetime buck.
Jameson, don't move. There's a big buck right here. 80 yards looking. Right on us.
This big old buck comes in and decides to have a staring contest with Lucas.
Are you on him? Oh, he's gonna come down. Let him come down. Meh.
You know she made me.
So I think Lucas thought it was this deer's bar mitzvah and decided to go ahead and circumcise him. Not really, that's just the way it looks on the footage. He ended up shooting it in the lungs, but from the way the angle of the camera looks with the high leg kick and everything, it looks like he shot him right in the old hang down.
We just put an arrow in one of the main bucks that we've been after. We're gonna give him all night. We're not gonna push him at all. I don't have good penetration. We're gonna have to loop all around the field because I don't want to kick him up if he goes to the bedding area right up here.
Thank you so much for coming out here. It means the world to me, man. This is exactly what it is all about. Tagged out Minnesota, October 15th. Cold front moved in last night, and I texted Jason. I'm like, is there any way Little Brinky can get out and film? I know it's gonna happen in this spot. We got deer daylighting like crazy down there. Sure enough, it's 5:50. I heard something moving. Me and him were both looking over there, and he finally, after about 2-3 minutes, he broke. Started just easing in, and he got behind some leaves. I told Jameson, I'm like, just get the camera on him, move slow, and just kind of coached him through the whole deal. And I mean, I'll tell you, for a 13-year-old, he kept his composure, I think, better than I did. It was unbelievable.
Scent Crusher claims it's got a product for every funky smell. What about my nasty feet? What about my truck? What about my room? What about if I want to go on a long trip? What about if I want to go on a really long trip? Please don't throw the Scent Crusher closet on me. Hey, Red Arrow fans, you guys check us out on our social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, because we're giving away a lot of free stuff like a bunch of Antler King.
Red Arrow is brought to you by Hoyt. Get serious. Get Hoyt. Realtree Outdoors. Family, friends, and the outdoors. Antler King. Bigger bucks. Healthier deer. X-Stand Tree Stands. Rise with us. Spartan Cameras. You don't have to be there. And Afflictor Broadheads. Resistance is futile.
Well, here we go, baby. It's the opening week of bow season here in Virginia, and we are back in our home state. And for me, that means being real close to my family. There's nothing like coming back out of the woods and getting to spend time with your family. That's what the culture of the hunter is built around.
Well, boys and girls, it's opening day in Virginia. We're fired up to be back here. I'm hunting the spot tonight I'm really excited about. We've got an Antler King food plot back here, but along with that, we've got a big oak flat, and it's just dropping acorns like it's raining back there right now.
The handful of y'all guys that live in Fluvanna County, y'all know exactly where I'm hunting today. I'm hunting right beside the military academy at the old Sneed place. This place, my dad hunted it as a kid and killed a bunch of deer there. I've killed a ton of deer there. In fact, I shot my first rack buck back there on the Sneed place.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's opening day of Virginia deer season. We're back here on a very lately planted Antler King food plot. The deer have been hitting this thing hard. On youth day, we saw some bucks in here fighting, saw a bunch of does.
I had deep plowed this ground, and then the rains came in and kind of screwed it all up. We didn't get to till it. My buddy Gary came in and he broadcast seed over it just to get something in the ground. So it wasn't ideal, but we had some Antler King growing up amongst the weeds, really. And that was enough that deer were hitting this thing every night.
Right here. Doe right here.
This doe comes out at about 45, 50 yards, gets broadside. It's opening day. I don't get to hunt in Virginia much. She's gonna die.
All right, you ready? Down right there. Antler King doe down in Virginia opening day, baby.
So after the hunt, I threw this doe in the Polaris and we headed back to my mom and my stepdad Roger's farm, which is right across the property line from where I was hunting. And it's just cool to be around family and to bring a deer kill back to the house.
Big old head and neck orange. You can just see. I sprayed her off. That's why she's wet. She's all right. Look, but you can see how her hair is short. Because her winter coat, that's her winter coat just growing in, and these long hairs right here are some good ones.
She's small.
Oh yeah. She's full grown. She's 2.5 at least, or 3. But she's full grown for sure.
Say, got him. Even though it's a girl.
She gone. Oh,
I actually spent a lot of time at home this year. I was home for Halloween, which is rare for me. I'm usually on the road, and that is really cool because it means I'm home on Halloween to be with my kids, possibly go trick-or-treating, but it also means I'm home on Halloween, one of the best hunting days of the year, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna hunt and still make it to trick-or-treat, because I have to trick-or-treat with my kids. I'm home for the first time in forever, and I come up with an idea. I'll just wear my Halloween costume in the tree stand. Nothing could go wrong there, right?
well, it's Halloween, and I'm dressed up like some kind of big rooster. This is actually Realtree's new spring pattern. Now I gotta trick or treat with my kids, and this is the costume that my family picked out for me. I'm gonna do the chicken dance if I kill one, or a variation of it. Anyway, we're gonna see if we can't kill a deer in a chicken suit. That's what it boils down to.
I'm in this stupid chicken suit, and the deer start moving in. These deer peg us immediately. I mean, immediately. I put it on her heart, I touch off, she ducks the string, and I miss this deer, and I'm left with the sadness of knowing that not only have I gone out and embarrassed myself, the whole whitetail deer hunting community, disrespected these deer by hunting in a chicken suit, but now I'm left to wallow in misery in the fact that I've missed the deer.
I don't know what to say. Stupid, trying to be cute, wearing a stupid chicken suit. She came in and spotted me at 40 yards away, just looked right up in the tree at me. Can't get away with that crap in Virginia, man. This is the bone call from Cherokee. Got an app on my phone here that says it'll translate any language. Here's a call for if you get spotted.
Just a big squirrel. Better back off, son, you bout to get dealt with.
I think this buck might be a gang member.
Closed captioning provided by the Brotherhood of the Bone Collector.
X-Stand has a stand for every situation. In fact, I give all mine nicknames, like the Black Mamba here.
That's the Patron.
I call this one the Ernest T. Bass Climber.
And the Apache.
I call this one the Bow Hunting Chill.
Why am I dressed like this?
So we're still in Virginia. My main man, Cheese, is going out, and he's going to do a little self-filming. It's the opening day of muzzleloader, but he decides to take his Hoyt. He's moved stand locations from a spot where deer were previously kind of spotting him. It was a bad location. He moved his X-Stand. Now he's got a good spot. He's got his bow and arrow. By the way, Brett doesn't get to hunt a whole lot anymore since he's been filming me running all over the country. So I bet you, bet money, he's going to shoot the first deer that walks in.
You stand tall enough to look the devil eye to eye. But you better make your getaway quick so you don't have to answer why.
Back.
The bells will ring and the flames will fly. 2,000 years of fury in the big black sky.
You know, some of you guys are probably asking, why'd that kid shoot that spike? I've gone all bow season and not killed anything. It's opening day of muzzleloader and I'm leaving Monday to go out west with Kip. And I don't have any meat in the freezer. I have no deer meat. And that's why I killed that spike. You know, this is the first deer I've killed this year, and we needed some meat in the freezer. Now my buddy Chandler is going to take a little bit of it as well, but
We had a great time in Virginia. We hit the road. We go to a bunch of states. We have a great time. We kill a bunch of stuff. We come back in off the road, and Cheese wants to go hunting and do some self-filming while I'm at home chilling with the family, taking a little bit of a break off the road. So he takes the Diamondback 308 out to see what he can lay down doing some self-filming.
Stand by and do nothing while they piss it all away. And we hope we wake up in the morning to the light of a brand new day.
Old Cheese is just like me. He likes to kill things. So when this doe comes out, buddy, I know she's in trouble.
2,000 years of glory in the big black sky. The wind will go, the rain will
Old Brett unleashed the Diamondback 308.
that is a fat Virginia doe. Looks like she's been eating these in this cornfield quite a bit because this deer's at least 150 pounds, I'd say.
I tell you what, there's no secrets in a small town, and that comes in handy when you're talking about big bucks, because everybody in town was talking about this big old buck with a great big rack on his head crossing the road on Main Street. My mother-in-law happens to live on Main Street, and she's got a tobacco barn that's in the rifle range of where this deer is crossing. So for the next few days, we hunted out of this tobacco barn.
Welcome to our humble hunting blind. It's about a 100-year-old tobacco barn.
Man, I took my kids hunting. We had a lot of fun. We just didn't do any good. We couldn't get on any deer. Nothing was moving. It was hot. I mean, nothing that my kids could get a shot at. I took my youngest daughter. And then I hunted with my oldest daughter. You know, the deer stayed on somebody else's property. We just couldn't get it done. It just is what it is, man. It's tough small town hunting.
Shoot that squirrel with your M4 if you want to.
The new Redworks series from Hoyt. They finally named a series of bows after me.
No, they didn't.
Redworks, Red Arrow. It also comes with a vibration dampening shock pod. Weren't kids eating these at one?
Tide Pods.
Oh, Tide Pods. So get your new Red Arrow bow from
Red Works.
Fine Redworks.
Red Arrow is brought to you by Nomad, Polaris Ranger, Scent Crusher, ARE, Cirrus Wind Indicator, Kalo Rings, Vapor Trail, Tacticam, Hardy Face Paint, Caldwell, BioShield, and Thermoset.
Well, now it's late season. We've come in off the road, and what better way to wrap up the Virginia deer season than hunting with my good buddies, just like I did last year on some good old-fashioned deer drives.
By the way, we'll just do the best we can. Ain't gonna be no arguing and stuff. That right there is the sound of a majestic Holland White.
All of a sudden, a buck busts out in the cut line, and I've got a split second to get some shots off of this deer.
It might look like we're rabbit hunting, but we're making deer drives. It's the last day of deer season, it's snowing. And I'm back here with my friends. Got my buddy Ryan Brown, Holland White, and Holland's dad, and my stepdad Roger. This is the way we grew up hunting, baby, and this is a trophy right here because all this meat right inside of it.
So we're going back to the exact same areas that we did deer drives in last year.
We're heading back to the same exact, we're gonna do the same exact drive where I killed that little buck last year. We just walked over some of Holland's land. We didn't jump anything up. But it's nasty, it's cold out here, man. It's single digits this morning. Wind's whipping. But we're gonna try to do another gentleman's push here. See if lightning can strike twice on the power line.
Holland's making the same drive, and it doesn't take long. Here comes some deer running through the woods. The only problem is my cameraman Cheese doesn't have his camera turned on just yet. But he catches up just in the last second, right before I shoot this doe. That's the way we do it in Virginia, baby. A little double odd buck chin music. She's down for the count.
I didn't mean to kill Bambi, but I ain't gonna apologize, and I ain't gonna say I ain't happy that it's dead, because that was fun, man. Yeah. I kind of was like sheepishly like, you wanna do the same thing we did last year? Okay, so yeah, see ya. Text me when you get,
I was so excited, man. What a cool thing. 2 years in a row, we made the same drive. We killed some deer. We're excited. We're fixing to make another drive. On the second drive, I'm the driver, and I see some deer run out, man, and I had an opportunity to shoot them, but I was trying to push them to my boys, so I wanted to have them get an opportunity to shoot. So I went ahead and kept making the drive, and sure enough, Holland gets a shot at one. I give my buddy Holland a Tacticam, and I just hope he recorded some of it.
I saw that little one squirt out, and that's the one I had dead to right. And then the big one got up, the bigger one, and I didn't get on that one as well. I didn't want to be double baby killing one out from under y'all. I'm glad you got it though.
What an awesome way to end Virginia deer season, man. We smoked a couple deer. We had a good time, man. It was good to get back connected with my roots, how we grew up hunting. And we're gonna make this a continuing tradition. I mean, it's 2 years in a row we've had successful deer drives on the last day. There's nothing like putting meat in the freezer and hanging out with your good friends. We had a great time this week, and we hope to see y'all next week right here on Red Arrow. Don't forget to stop by the online store, show your support and that you like killing stuff with your bow and arrow with some Red Arrow swag. We love y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.